Hey guys, Jed here, yours truly. I guess it's time for me to go with my top 10s, but instead of a genre, we're gonna do a little twist. I want to focus on an aspect of the games that is very important for me, which is music. So we're gonna go with top 10 soundtracks from games on GOG. And a little bit of a disclaimer from me, besides a few set in stone picks, there's just so much good music in games that this list could be different each day really. And I know I miss a ton of beauty when I'm restricting just to 10 of them. Nonetheless, let's start. And we are starting with Hotline Miami. Right, this one's a total fever dream with a pulse. Hotline Miami music is a slick, surreal, just a little fucking unhinged. It's also practically invented an aesthetic wave across indie gaming. Each track is hypnotic, driving loop that gets inside your hand until you're not sure if you're playing a game or on some, I don't know, adrenaline-fueled hallucination. So yeah, the music feels like it could be playing in a neon light club at 3 AM right before something terrible or cool happens, or both of that. So yeah, simply lovely. Number 9, Transistor. So, Transistor, for those of you who don't know the game, it's a sci-fi themed action RPG from Supergiant Games, creators of Hades. But with a better music than Hades has, and that's a fact, not an opinion. The soundtrack here is like a digital lullaby with sharp edges. Darren Scorp's blend of electronic textures and imitate vocals gives this game his really soulful cyber noir identity. It's melodic, emotional, quietly powerful. It's kind of soundtrack that doesn't just accompany the story, but really sings it. So highly recommend checking it out, as it might be a sleeper hit position on this list. And going to number 9, it's Furi. Furi is one of those games where the music is the experience. Its electronic soundtrack is razor sharp, pulsing, escalating, always pushing you forward, just the gameplay. So yeah, each boss fight is practically choreographed to its track, turning combat into something more like a dance rather than a battle. It's very stylish, high energy, effortlessly cool, just as I am. A collaboration between artists who understood exactly what being locked in when you're playing truly feels like. And now we're going to number 7, and it's Terraria. And oh, Terraria and its music. It has this incredibly charming, adventurous simplicity that kinda just sneaks up on you. The early game themes are iconic, and as the tracks changes, as you explore the new biomes, it makes the world really feel alive in a way that very few sandbox games achieve. It's bright, nostalgic, and way more memorable than you'd expect from a game where you spend half your time digging. It's the kind of soundtrack you catch yourself humming without even realizing you memorized it. Kinda like adventure in a battle type of stuff. So yeah, really excellent. Number 6, I believe we all know it, it's Cyberpunk 2077. This soundtrack is a neon-soaked attitude of a city that never sleeps. You get these gritty industrial beats, underground club tracks, and brooding synth pieces that all paint Night City in a different shade of danger. It's music really built for chrome-plated rebels, a mix of dystopian cool and emotional weight that really hits, especially in its quieter story moments. It makes you feel alive, it makes you feel dangerous, it makes you feel irresistibly stylish. We all know it, we all love it, and we're all gonna play it later today. And now we are going to the top 5 soundtracks of my list. We are starting with Cuphead. And this bad boy is one hell of a soundtrack. Cuphead's jazz and big band soundtrack is just honestly flexing on its listener. The composition goes from fronting, swing to smooth barroom charm without ever losing momentum, really. It matches the game's cartoon chaos beat for beat. The energy is infectious, like being dropped in some cartoon music studio where every musician is, let's say, caffeinated to the oblivion. Yeah, my personal favorite from it, it's Furi. When I hear that track, I become a nuclear danger on the dance floor, and so should everyone who hears it. Number 4, Fallout New Vegas. And New Vegas, oh my beloved. It has this uniquely dusty, pre-apocalyptic Americana vibe. Its ambient soundtrack hum with tension and loneliness, but the radio music injects this charm and twisted sort of optimism. That mix of old world charm and post-apocalyptic silence is what really gives the game its unmistakable identity. And the soundtrack basically is personality of the Mojave. So yeah, I discovered them in amazing songs because of New Vegas Radio, one of my favorite country albums of all time, which is Gunfighter Ballads and Trade Songs by Marty Robbins. And yeah, blasting Big Iron louder than the revolver's gunshot is my daily activity.
He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
And now we go to the top 3 soundtracks on GOG, in my very honest opinion. And number 3 is Doom 2016. Mick Gordon crafted a soundtrack that feels engineered out of steel, distortion and control chaos. It works, but with an incredible amount of confidence on the thin line between passion and violence. It's industrial, it's metal, it's electronic, and it fuses all that into bangers that sync perfectly with the gameplay. And while Doom Eternal may not be on GOG, I need to give a shout out to the track The Only Thing They Fear Is You, because even just the title of it makes me want to stomp the skulls of my enemies in-game, of course. And it doesn't just go hard, it goes fucking supernova. Now, number 2 is Disco Elysium. Yeah, the score for Disco Elysium created by C-Power is a haunting, slow-burning emotional trip itself. It blends this post-rock melancholy with this smoky, urban introspective that follows you through every broken street and every broken person you meet there. Its music doesn't just tell you what to feel, but rather lets you sink into the protagonist or your own fractured reality. The music whispers its inner monologue into your ear. You can say that the biggest highlight for me there is the track Disco Elysium Part 1, and it always breaks my heart each time I listen to it, and I love it. And now for number 1, and who would have thought, is the Heroes of Might and Magic series, and especially the third game, of course. Right, so I could probably turn this video into my video essay of why it's the best video game music of all time, and when I have an altar of Paul Anthony Romero in my bedroom. The absolute unmatched beauty of the melodies there, the charm that takes you straight into the high fantasy folklore, the magic of it all. But instead of doing that, I'll just say this. Every time, no matter where I am or what I'm doing, when I hear the main menu theme from Heroes 3, I feel like I'm levitating. And for that 1 minute and 50 seconds, I'm taken to a place where everything is beautiful and nothing hurts. And I actually got goosebumps just by thinking about it. So yeah, that's my top 10 soundtracks of games on GOG, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys.